You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee. Charlamagne the God, we are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, Charlamagne gave himself Donkey of the Day.
Yeah, I gave myself Donkey of the Day because I feel stupid that I'm just not realizing that a lot of us men in America have been raised on rape culture. It's been something I've been paying attention to for the past year, and it's really been on my spirit this week. You know what I mean? And after I saw what happened with Louis C.K. yesterday, I'm just like, wow. Like, it's a lot of things that we normalized, especially if you was born in the late 70s, raised in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. It's a lot of things we normalized that just were absolutely, positively wrong.
Right.
You know what? We interviewed D.L. Hughley for Lip Service. It's coming out today, and he was talking about an incident when he was young, and the older kids on the block were like, yo, come, let's go run a train on this girl. Everybody's, there. And he said he showed up, and the girl was crying. And everything he said, it just didn't look right. And he said he helped her get her clothes, and he said he left, and the kids were making fun of him and hitting him, and they were mad at him. But he was like, it just didn't sit right with me. But
I never partaked in any trains, but not because I wasn't going to. It's just that my penis would never get erect.
And he said the girl's brother, when he was walking her back, thought that he did something to her because she was crying and she couldn't talk.
Right.
And so he was ready to. He ran over. He was about to beat his ass, and then finally she was like, it wasn't him. But he was like, it just didn't sit right with him.
Right. Now,
when he saw it happening, and she looked like she was in pain. It didn't look like it was something that she was with.
It never sat right with me either. Even going to the Greek Fest in Philly Greeks and Virginia Beach on Labor Day, you see it, and it's just like, you just felt sorry. You just felt bad. I never was into it. It just was one of those things. My mom and pops made sure I knew early. Don't you dare. It's not right. So I was just never in. But Charlamagne, you and we've seen it all the time on television.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, listen, Revenge of the Nerds, the guy put on a costume to pretend to be another guy to sleep with the dude's girlfriend.
Correct.
Porky's, they was drilling holes in the wall and, peeping through the wall at the young ladies. You know what I mean? Think about the movie Kids. At the end of the movie Kids, when the girl was passed out.
Right.
And, he slept with the girl. Like, you think about songs like Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None, or like the Nothing But a G Thing video, and he ran up behind the girl and pulled her bikini top off, pouring beer all over the girl. Like, we were just, listen, man, we were raised on rape culture. If you was born in the late 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, you were raised on rape culture. But when you know better, you just got to do better.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this Carl from Detroit.
What's up, bro? We're talking about, were you raised on rape culture, man?
No, man. Hey, what's going on, NVC, the guy, Yee? No, I wasn't raised like that, man. When lines was drawn, man, we always knew right from wrong, Granted, we might have had a little fun back in the day playing around.
No, my brother.
What do you mean by a little fun?
What was fun?
Explain what that is.
Not fun. No, okay, listen. Not fun, like I say, man. In school and everything, I might have grabbed the butt or two, but when girls...
Okay, you can't do that.
That's sexual assault. You're proving my point, and it's okay.
That. I'm not saying it's okay. You're absolutely right. It's not right, but I'm saying, it wasn't rape culture, man. Like, when you think rape, man, I don't think it's rape culture, man. It's not that, man. And like I say, man, when lines was drawn, I didn't cross those lines.
Anytime that you are sexually putting your hands on a woman in any way that she is not okay with, then that is...
I felt just like this young man when I heard the term rape culture. When I heard that term a couple of years ago, I was like, what is rape culture? Either you rape a woman or you don't. But then when you start really realizing what rape culture is, and it's the sociological concept used to describe a setting in which rape is pervasive and normalized, and misogynistic language and the objectification of women's bodies, and feeling like you got entitlement over a woman's bodies, feeling like you can just grab her ass because you want to. That is rape culture. I know the word rape throws you off, but it's rape culture.
Well, even in elementary school and high school, that's what people did. When girls walked by in the hall, guys would grab their ass.
If you didn't, you was considered a sucker, or they would call you the gay slur that rhymes with maggot.
And then you would turn around on the bus and scream on everybody and go crazy, and everybody just be laughing at you.
That used to happen all the time.
From a woman's perspective.
No, but that used to happen all the time. I used to see girls on the bus doing the same thing. Hello, who's this?
Yeah, how you doing? It's Nardo.
Nardo, what's up, man? We're talking about rape culture. Was you raised on rape culture?
Yeah, we was, man. Back if you from the '80s, if you're '80 baby, man, you definitely was. I cannot deny that. And Charlamagne hit it definitely on the head with that one. And it's still, it's still some brothers that's around our age, 40, 45, and they still doing the same thing, man. This stuff is getting old, man. We got children out here. I was a single father. I raised 2 daughters, and that's what really made me realize that, that ain't something to play with,
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
Thank you for being
here.
Thank you, brother. And you know what, too? And especially with my daughters, I have 3 of them, and I tell them, I'm like, if somebody touches you in a disrespectful way, You know, you don't have to come. You don't have to fight back, but call me immediately because we're gonna handle this. We're gonna nip this in the bud immediately. This is not gonna. It's not cool. It's not funny. It's not a joke. And call me immediately and we handle it.
And my brothers, I know it's an uncomfortable conversation to have, but we got to be morally honest with each other and just admit we were raised on rape culture. The way we were raised just wasn't right, bro. The things we did back then just wasn't right.
And I remember even in kindergarten, I remember this kid used to always try to kiss me, and I would tell the teacher, and she would just act like it was no big deal.
Because it was cute. That's what they considered it cute at that time.
One thing that I'm realizing from the calls, a lot of people don't really know what rape culture is, and I promise you, I was the same way a couple years ago. I heard that term rape culture, and I was like, what is rape culture? Either you rape a woman or you don't. I ain't ever raped a woman, but then when you learn that it's just a sociological concept used to describe a setting in which rape is pervasive, and it's the misogynistic language and the objectification of women's bodies and the glamorization of sexual violence, you're like, yeah.
Even in the work environment, when people have interns that work for them and hire interns and they feel like they can just talk to them any kind of way and flirt with them and take them out, because as an intern, you probably feel like, man, I got to kind of do what this guy is saying to do because, you know, this is my job and I'm trying to get ahead.
And the reason I'm talking about this, man, is because I'm just looking at all these sexual allegations that have been coming out over the past couple of years, from Cosby to Weinstein to Louis C.K., and I'm looking at them like they crazy, and I'm wondering why this type of pervasion has been normalized, and I just simply think it's because a lot of brothers don't think they're doing anything wrong because this rape culture has been a common theme in our lives forever.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think it's getting better or getting worse? And the reason I say that is, you know, when I was younger, there was probably one strip club in New York City. Now there's probably 50. And it seems like in the strip club, guys will grab a girl's ass and they think it's okay.
Well, don't you
but
think that's a little different?
Outside of it? No, but you're not supposed
Are they grabbing the stripper's ass?
Yes.
Well, isn't that the point?
Not
I'm going to say I think it's
necessarily.
getting better, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's getting better. Because when I speak at these colleges, you know, when I talk to these younger dudes, they're a little more woke than we were.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're recognizing that the things that we were doing were wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the ones kind of hipping me to the whole rape culture thing and I guess the feminism aspect.
And they're getting rid of
it.
a lot of it. Like, I don't see Philly Greek anymore. There's no Greek Fest anymore.
Ain't no Freak
No
Nick.
Freak Nick, though. They try to bring it back.
Labor Day in Virginia Beach anymore. Like, they're getting rid of a lot of those things as well.
I can honestly say I think it's getting better.
Okay.
I think it's getting better.
Hello, who's this?
What's up? This is Gary.
Hey, we're talking rape culture this morning. Were you raised on it?
Yeah, bro. I was definitely raised on it. I'm 42, born in 75. But, you know, in the 80s, they had a bunch of movies out. Like he was mentioning, Porky, 16 Candles, Basic Instinct. We grew up on stuff like that. You feel me? Where they was showing it all. You feel me? Like on Basic Instinct, Sharon Stone liked rough sex. You feel me? She liked getting choked and liked getting pounded. And after seeing that being legit, you know, you want to experience that too when you get with a girl. You know, you might be a little rough with her. You testing the limits. You seeing how everything works. And unfortunately, a lot of women, they do like it. But we did grow up running trains on girls, saving panties in the box under the bed. We got it from TV, you know, like the Jits now. They see stuff on TV and rap videos. They actually go do it. We did it in our own way. We ain't go to jail for rape. Most of us didn't. We still out here. But the ones that didn't know how to control themselves and took it a little further, them the ones that ended up in prison. But everybody else know how to keep it in the house, under wrap, you know, between you and her, or if you got multiple people in there, you know, but, you know, some people know how far to go with it. But we definitely grew up in a rape culture.
Absolutely.
Thank you, bro. Hello, who's this?
This is Jay Tobin from Dayton, Ohio.
What's
Good
up,
morning
bro?
and God bless to y'all.
No, good morning. Now, you said you were raised on it. You seen your dad doing it.
Yes. And it was just crazy. Like, yeah, my mom may be one of his baby mamas. We're going to skip past that. But he on the after-hour joint, like a bootleg, whatever. All the little females, yeah, they was of age, legal age, but just to see him walking around, be able to stick his tongue out, kiss a girl on her face and grab her and all that and stuff like that. From seeing older people in my family just paying like they 50 and 60 years old, paying 18 and 20-year-old girls to have sex with them and stuff. And then like Fresh Prince was one of my favorite shows. Will Smith used to do it all the time. Like,
bro, think about a movie like The Wood. When they dared the dude to go run up to the girl and grab her ass.
Man, I
seems so
that
innocent.
In elementary. So that's why I said I could totally agree. Like, and then how you brought up Revenge of the Nerds. I never felt comfortable with that. I'm like, how can somebody just have a mask on and then after she find out it ain't her dude, she's still cool with it?
Right.
But that's just crazy. Like, I totally agree. And men, we need to be accountable for our actions. We can't worry about if a girl half dressed and drunk and high and all that. Like, we some perverts for real.
Yeah, we've been gross. We've been gross for a long time, my brother.
I don't remember seeing it on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Did y'all?
I don't remember seeing it on Fresh
Yeah, I don't know
Prince.
what happened on there.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it. But anyway, what's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is when you know better, you got to do better. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, you can't heal what you don't reveal. And a lot of us men in America, just have to admit that we were raised on rape culture. And if you've been part of the problem for a long time, now is just time to be part of the solution. You got to have personal accountability and you got to have moral honesty. Like, there is no way that you can look back at the late 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s and say to yourself, that was the type of behavior we should have been displaying. So if you know better, you just simply got to do better, man.